All right, we've got a new limited time series. So we're taking a little break from all the F1 action here. This one's for a road collection car as well. So obviously, not using motorsport dollars. All right, so it's for Ford Shelby GT500 2020 edition. So along with the car, by completing this limited time series, you will earn 50 gold plus 250,000 racing dollars. Now, to win this car, of course, you're going to have to meet the PR requirement, which they were saying it's 60.5. So we'll confirm it in a little bit. But speaking of limited time, this event, currently obviously open, will run through Halloween, the 31st of October, so end of the month. It will expire, so check your calendar and plan accordingly. Planning really with limited time series, you just have to run through it. But I am anticipating there's gonna be 3 hour or 1 day instant service and instant upgrade offer, possibly. We'll check into that once we get going with this event itself, which would kind of put a little bit more of a added pressure to get it done while that's still in place, because it does make the process go quicker. So we'll see. But so let's check in to the event itself and see what we've got. So earn a 2020 Ford Shelby GT500 by 100% completing special limited time series, the latest iteration of an American classic, packing a 760 horsepower and a supercharged V8 engine. Right. All right, so here is the breakdown of 50 gold total into 25% completion increment. And my guess is most likely the 25% completion will require tier 2, the gold upgrade, at least one. That's my guess. So we'll see. I have a feeling there probably is no free gold this round, although they have surprised us in the past. We'll see. Anyway, usual 15 tier event. So let's look into confirming what's at stake here. All right, so we'll pretend we've won the car. And of course, there's going to be a couple of special liveries for this car by participating in time trial competition, if I remember correctly. So that should be kind of cool. Let's see, is that available in the paint section? Oh, look at that. That's cool. And that's actually free. So I believe there's another one for that you win from the time trial. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Very neat. Anyway, final tier. Let's check into this final cup. Tier 15, Suzuka West. Do we actually have 60.5? We sure do. So, if past is any indicator of the present and the future, most likely it'll require 3 upgrades across the board, 21 upgrades total, with the tier 1 being all racing dollars and tier 3 being racing dollars, but tier 2 is going to be gold, which is where they get us. Base PR 46.9. All right, and this car actually is featured in a single bonus series, by the way, called Unstoppable Supercars of America. You'll find it in the Masters or Master section of the road collection. So with that being said, yes, there is 3 hour instant service, as we can see here. So Let's see. All right, so tier 1. 63,800. All right. And then gold. I thought so. It's pretty typical. All right. Screen froze for a little bit there. And drivetrain 53,300 unlocks the gold upgrade next tier. 47,100 for body. Same scenario there. 54,400 for suspension. And then we got 3 more categories to go here. Exhaust, brakes, and tires and wheels. So that brings the PR up to 51.5. All right. So, let's see. That's a boost of 4.6 PR point. And let's check into tier 4 real quick, because that's where you get to collect 25% completion. And look at that, PR 50.5. So obviously that's below 51.5. So apparently you can complete that 25% completion without investing in gold. So hey, 5 free gold is still 5 free gold. So I'll take it. Of course, if you're in this one, you're in it to win it, not just to pick up 5 gold, but that is an option if you're not interested in, winning the car, because either you don't want to spend the money, or, you're just not interested. You can still take it out for a spin, pick up 5 free gold. That's not for nothing, right? All right, so here we go. By the way, total of that those tier 1 upgrades is 369,900 racing dollars. So let's go on to the tier 2 all gold upgrades. All right, starting with engine, 44 gold, and that does unlock the tier 3 racing dollar upgrade. It's pretty typical. 40 gold for drivetrain, body 32. Suspension's going to be 36, which means exhaust is most likely going to be 36 as well. There we go. Yeah, those two categories pretty comparable in price. And 28 for brakes. And 34 for tires and wheels. So that is a total of 250 gold. And that brings the PR up to 56. Which means that's this time 4.5 PR point boost for tier 2 upgrades. So now let's go on to the tier 3. This should do it, because another 4.5 or 4.5 will bring our PR up to exactly 60.5. So here we go. Starting with the engine, 143,500. And that's motorsport racing dollar upgrades, of course. 133,500 for drivetrain. And 106,000 for body. All right, and 122,400 for suspension. Exhaust, there are only 3 upgrades available, so that's will max it out. 121,000 racing dollars there. And same for brakes. This is the last upgrade that we can get. 93,600. That brings PR up to 60. And the final, we actually get a 0.1 higher than what's required. That's going to be the cheapest way to go. 112,300. All right, so 3 upgrades across the board will do it, and it does bring your PR sufficient enough of PR boost to complete this event. Is as usual 3 upgrades across the board. Tier 3 racing dollar cost total is 832,300 racing dollars. And tier 2 upgrades, of course, all gold, which is the important part, right? Cost is 250, and there's some 50 gold to be won, so net cost would be 200 gold to win this car through this limited time series. And if you have to count the racing dollars, total cost, combining tier 1 and tier 3 upgrade, it'll cost you 1,202,200 racing dollars. So you get 250,000 of it back for completing the event. So net cost, if you really want to know, is obviously 952,200 racing dollars. And let's see. Beyond that, once you win the car, in Master section, very last bonus series featured, Unstoppable Supercars of America, which has Hellcat, Corvette ZR1, Shelby GT350R, and the GT500, this new one. This series is a long one. This is a 22 tier series because it features 4 cars, which is nice to have some series with more than just minimal number of cars. So this series has total available gold amount of how much gold is there? 57 gold total available. And with the PR 60.5, which is what's required to complete the limited time series, you'll be able to complete 75%, which means you will win. There's potential for another 33 gold that you can win. So, that's some 88 gold that you can actually get back out of 250 that you invest to win the car. That comes with essentially 21 upgrades already on board. Right. And as I said, there's going to be a time trial competition featuring this car. So there's going to be some extra opportunity to win even more gold. So I would say that's not a bad deal. Of course, time trial competition, you don't necessarily have to own the car to take part in it to bring home some gold. So, but yeah, so that's what this car's all about. But we'll talk about the bonus series in a separate video. But for this one, let's get back into the limited time series and talk a little bit more about this one. So the car, by the way, this beautiful GT500, Shelby GT500, base PR 46.9, as you guys saw. Maxed out, it's supposed to go up to 64.9. So that's a range of 18 PR point boost. Service time is normally 3 hours, although right now you cannot tell because we have that instant service going on right now. And obviously, with the racing dollar upgrades alone, your PR would be up to 51.5. And that cost is 369,900 racing dollars, as we checked out earlier. And let's see, anything else that you guys need to know about this series? 450 gold is the cost of the car. And because it's featured in a bonus series in the road collection, there is a showcase discount, which is 20%. So you will be able to, if you miss out and if you want to buy it, you can get it for 360 with the road showcase discount. Right? Okay, so I think that covers all the essential information that deals with this limited time series and the car and what it can be used in the game. So I'll also have this information in the description box below. So check those out if you don't want to hear, listen to me babble on about this. But now I am going to be talking about the series itself. Just kind of run through what to expect, right? So tier one, we got head to head at Melbourne. Should be a single lapper, and it is. You got a speed record at Hockenheim Short. You got a cup at Spa. No PR requirement, of course, for tier one, and it's going to be a single lapper cup. All right, so that shouldn't take too long. And tier two, we got endurance at Brands Hatch. So your distance may vary depending on how much of a winning margin you win by in previous tier, right? And then tier two, we got autocross at Suzuka East. And then the cup to wrap up tier two is going to be at Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix, another single lap. This time, PR requirement is there at 48. So obviously, you do need some of those tier one racing dollar upgrades on board. And continuing on, tier three, we got Hunter at the Brickyard road course. So that's a full lap. And Speed Snap at Laguna Seca. And the Cup, tier 3 Cup at Le Mans 24-hour circuit. Single lap with a PR requirement of 49.4. Ooh, that's a long race. So early in the series. Tier 3, we're already getting the Le Mans. All right. And on to tier 4. We got elimination at Silverstone Grand Prix, drag race at Nürburgring Grand Prix, and the Cup at Formula E Berlin. And 3 laps, PR requirement is 50.5, which is obviously doable with racing dollars or racing dollar upgrades only. So that, and the 5 gold is the reward. So free 5 gold available for this one, or you can trade some 369,000 racing dollars for 5 gold. Is that a good deal? I think so. Don't miss out on those opportunities. All right, they are rare and far in between, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Tier 5, we got head-to-head at Leipzig Porsche Test Track short on-road circuit. Should be a single lap. All right, and then we got autocross at Catalunya Club circuit. And Cup for tier 5 at Daytona Motorcycle Course. 2 laps, PR 51.5 required. So tier 5 is the last tier you will be able to complete without spending any gold. But, you know, tier 4 is where you actually collect some gold rewards. Tier 5 doesn't really get you any gold, so there's that. All right, tier 6, endurance at Mount Panorama. Once again, your distance may vary depending on your margin of victory. Hunter at Monza Road Course, so that's a full lap. And tier 6 Cup is going to be at Spielberg Red Bull Ring National Circuit. 4 laps with a PR 52.4 required. Right. So obviously you need to start spending gold to make your way past tier 6. On to tier 7, where we got elimination at Dubai Oval Circuit and speed record at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. And so those are both pretty, well, I guess elimination doesn't matter size of the circuit because you have to run for duration of time, not so much the distance. All right. And then tier 7 Cup is going to be at Austin Circuit, Circuit of the Americas National Circuit. 3 laps, PR 53.3 is what's required. And continuing on to tier 8, your 50% completion reward tier, where there's extra 10 gold, of course, available. But considering no gold upgrade is that cheap, At this point, obviously, you've invested far more than what you will get back. But then again, you're winning 450 gold worth car, so perhaps you are coming up ahead. I don't know. Okay, so we got autocross at the Brickyard Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, and we got endurance at Suzuka Grand Prix, and the cup for tier 8 is going to be at Bugatti circuit. 3 laps with a PR 54.1 required. All right, continuing on. Tier 9, sort of the act 2 of the event. All right, we got head-to-head at Daytona Road Course. Most likely going to be a rolling start, as Daytona, races tend to be. So just a single lap though. And then we got elimination at Catalunya Grand Prix. And the cup is going to be at Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. 4 laps, PR 54.9 is what's required. And on to Tier 10. We got Hunter at Silverstone National, Speed Snap at Monza Junior Course, and the cup for Tier 10 is going to be at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. How many laps? 3 lap cup. All right, with a PR 55.8 required. All right, moving on. Tier 11, we got drag race at Dubai Grand Prix, autocross at Mount Panorama, and the cup at Hockenheim National. That'll be a 4-lapper with a PR 56.6 required. All right, and tier 12 is your 75% completion tier. We got a head-to-head at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, single lap. And speed record at Berlin Circuit is a full lap. And the cup for tier 12 is going to be at Brands Hatch. 8 laps. As always, high lap count race at Brands Hatch, always fun. PR 57.4 is required. Continuing on, tier 13, we got Speed Snap at Spa. Drag race, another one, at Monza Road Course, and the cup at Catalunya National. 5 laps, PR 58.4 is required. And tier 14, the penultimate tier, we got autocross at Melbourne, head-to-head at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit. Single lapper, that's going to be a pretty short race. And then the cup for tier 14 is going to be at Dubai Grand Prix, 3 laps. So that one's a pretty good sized circuit. So a proper race, as some might call it. PR 59.4 is required. And finally, the last stage, tier 15, we got endurance at Silverstone International, Hunter at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, and the final cup, of course, at Suzuka West. As we checked in earlier, PR requirement is 60.5 for this 5-lap cup. All right, so that will do it for this limited time series overview for Ford Shelby GT500. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys got some good information out of it, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, take care.